Hello everyone, so Russia has finally damaged the HIMARS. Not much damage, but these photos show two HIMARS units being loaded onto a plane for repairs. The photo shows two different launchers, one with shrapnel damage, the other one missing a wheel. The damage is light, so let's take a closer look. So we do have a good clear image of the one with shrapnel damage, shown here. It isn't much. We have some gashes to the right hand side of the launcher itself. Moving across, you can see some of the holes have little stickers put near them. So, pretty minor damage overall it seems. Most of the damage seems to be around the cabin, with a bit of damage as well to the front window. Let's have a look at the parts that were hit. So here is a comparison of the damaged HIMARS with a labelled picture of a HIMARS. So at the rear, on the rocket pod, the two big gashes seem to have missed the important bit, the power distribution box. But we can see one small hole on the Universal Launcher Interface Unit and the Ruggedized Memory Unit, or RMU. When I checked what these actually were, I got some technical mumbo jumbo that went way over my head. I'll read it out anyway. Software is loaded into the HIMARS from the Ruggedized Memory Unit. This offers USB 2.0 performance for the HIMARS Universal Launcher Interface Unit of the M142 launcher. Yeah, I don't get it, but it sounds important though. Moving on, there's a small hole that you can see is in the power switching unit. That's the box with a T-shaped marking on it. Googling that brings up that this is part of a fire control system, and routes and switches high currents and provides a means of monitoring the power voltages and currents. Again, sounds important, I don't fully get it myself though. Moving on, there's some light damage to the fuel tank of the HIMARS and superficial damage to the cabin and a flat tyre. And remember, we also got a view of the left hand side of the HIMARS and there's a flat tyre there, so two flat tyres in total. So the damage doesn't seem too severe. I'm not sure how long this will take to repair or where it's going to be sent for repairs. Whether Ukraine is taking this back to America or to Poland, who also operates it. So I don't know how long this is going to be out of action for, but it's certainly repairable. Not a destroyed HIMARS, a lightly damaged one. The second one we don't have a good photo, but this doesn't look like combat damage to me, as I can't see any shrapnel marks. The wheel is missing, and the bottom of the cabin is torn and broken. This looks like it was an accident to me. Maybe the HIMARS crashed into a ditch or something like that, which damaged it. If this was hit by artillery, I think we would see other shrapnel marks as we saw on the other HIMARS. And if this was a mine, the damage would be worse. So I think this is an accident. So, after over 2 years, Russia has finally lightly damaged a HIMARS. And this actually is a HIMARS. It's not a logging truck, or a van, or the second floor of a building, or an empty warehouse, or an S300. Well done, I suppose. They've put one out of action for a few days. In truth, Ukraine had a lucky escape here. This HIMARS got off with a few scratches when easily it could have been completely destroyed. So, a lucky break for Ukraine. So, that's it for this video. Hope you found it interesting. Now, before I finish, I'm going to play a video from the Ukraine Volunteer Centre about the ongoing fundraise with them. Thanks so much for watching, and take care, everybody.
Greetings from the Ukrainian Volunteer Center. Today we have to announce an urgent fundraising. The brigade that is destroying the occupiers in the Donetsk sector urgently needs cars. Nissan Navara diesel of 2008. These guys have been defending our country from the Russian invaders since the beginning of the full-scale war. After the shelling, they have almost no cars left, and now it's winter and it's very difficult to move around without a car. We also need 4,000 liters of diesel fuel for the 3rd separate battalion of Ukrainian Volunteer Army Volyn. Also, spring uniform is required, assault vests with quick release system, etc. The goal of fundraising is $24,500. We realize that it's a lot of money, and at the same time we ask for understanding for our situation. If everyone donated at least $50, we would close the fundraising in 6 hours. Indeed, each of your donation is a lifesaver and matter of our country liberated. We will send 3 sets of glasses with the symbols of our foundation to 3 people. 2 sets of glasses for people who make the biggest donation, and the 3rd set will be randomly drawn among people who have made a donation of $50 or more. All the reports of PayPal and cryptocurrency will be available as usual after the fundraising. Thank you for helping us. Thank you for being with us. With love, from Ukraine.